Hello guys, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Babeto here. In this video we are going to talk about how to get rid of the INPS, the social security contribution on your profit of the Italian liability company, limited liability company. This is the third video of a series of videos in which we discuss about companies, complex structures, and we tell you exactly which are the strategies. We give you a glimpse of what is the best strategy to get rid of certain kind of taxation, certain kind of heavy tax rates that blocks you to move to Italy because, of course, you're going to lose a lot of money and makes Italy not convenient for you. So here in ESENtaxa, we tell you exactly how to squeeze taxes so much to have a right strategy, to think about the possibility to have the right strategy and basically run your business in Italy, pay basically less than the average European company. If you're in this channel, ESENtaxa talks about how to optimize taxation in general, especially in Italy. We are the #1 channel that in English language explains all the minimal aspects of the Italian tax law, tax structure, and of course, thanks to this knowledge, we give you the best tax optimization thanks to our services. If you want to see our services, quotes in the description, you will have our Calendly link, www.calendly.com/ESENtaxa, in which you will have our consultancy call and consultancy plus tax simulation, which is extremely important to tax simulate your situation before moving to Italy, okay? Now, in this specific video, I want to tell you how to get rid of the INPS when you have an SRL. What does it mean? It means that, let's take again the classical example of an SRL situation when the SRL is only owned by one person. This is the case. So you have 24% corporate tax, which is called IRES. These are the rates of 2024, plus 3.9 IRAP, regional extra corporate tax, administrator, payroll, this depends on how much you withdraw. Then we have, unfortunately, this bloody INPS on the profit, regardless if you are going to withdraw or not your profit. So INPS 24%, and then we have 26% on dividend, okay? So in this video, I'm going to explain you how to get rid of this. In the previous videos, I've explained you how to optimize the taxation on your administrator payroll, which is just 19% taxes and social contribution included. So from 50% down to 19 taxes and social contributions included, I repeat. In the previous video, in the second video, we have discussed about what is the situation in which I don't have to pay these two taxes. Today we're going to discuss about INPS, how to get rid of the INPS. So first of all, we need to understand why the Italian government wants you to pay the social security also on the company profit. Because when you're an administrator of a company, you already pay social security there. So in Italy, it creates the situation, double contribution issue. It's very known in Italy among Italians when you open an SRL. So how can I avoid to pay the social contribution twice on my payroll as administrator and on my profit, okay? Now, the reason is behind the idea, the concept that Italy considers a company composed by multiple persons. So that's the reason why. And each person has a different role. Now, you might have, let's say, a shareholder of a company, which it's considered at the eyes of the Italian government, Italian tax agency, Italian National Social Security Institution as investor. So it can be a shareholder, for example. But another person has to be also the operative person, somebody that carries the work of the company. So the company is incorporated, you declare the object, the activity of the company with some activity codes. And of course, there must be somebody that operates in the company. Either you employ someone or the shareholder of the company has to perform some work. So if you're a shareholder of a company and you are an operative, you pay this type of INPS at 24%. And this type of INPS has a cap, maximal cap of 86,000 euros, so above which you don't pay it anymore, but also a minimum of 17,000 euro per year. This is 86,000, this is 17,000. Below which you pay always 24% on 17, regardless if you're making money or not. So this is this type of INPS that you're going to be eligible for as operative of a company. Now, if you're an investor, you don't pay any social security because you basically put money in a company and you're waiting that the business grows. So, and then this person can be also the administrator. So somebody can be an investor owning some part of the shares, plus be an administrator, because the administrator, it's another role. The administrator is just somebody that takes care about the administrative part, the bureaucracy steps of the company. Go to the bank, signing contracts. Is not really the operative, the one that basically runs the real business. Because of these differences, you pay two different social security, and if you are the only owner of the company, owner, administrator, you are also, owner means that you own the 100% of the shares, and you are the administrator, automatically you will be considered also the operative. That's the reason why, if you are only one person, you have the issue of double security, double contributions. So, how do we get rid of this, even though I'm only one person? There are some solutions, so I'm going to explain exactly how to do it. First solution, the classical one, the easiest one, which is a little bit more complex, but it's possible, is that my SRL has to be owned by another company. Okay? This is my SRL, and the 100% of the share of this company must be owned by another company. Not necessarily not an SRL, because in Italy we have also companies composed by only individuals, which are not commercial companies. This is also another trick. So it's another entity that then we are going to understand which one is more suitable for our situation. But in general cases, if the SRL is owned by a company, you don't pay INPS on profit, and you will get rid of this issue. It's done. So this is one scenario. Another scenario is when, so scenario number one. Scenario number two is when I have 100% of the share of my company as individual. I'm also the administrator, fine, but I hire someone which doesn't have any of the share of my company. I hire somebody with a full-time employment contract. Okay, this full-time employment contract exempt from me, investor and administrator, of paying the 24% INPS. Okay, so basically you have the proof to INPS, to the Social Security, to the National Institution of Social Security, that you're not the operative one, because you have hired someone else that basically has a main activity, and this is proved by the fact that he has a full-time contract, as the main activity is the one to carry on the activity of the company. Okay, so if the business here makes sense, the point number two makes sense when you have a bigger business and you need for real somebody that helps you to carry on your business. In this case, regardless the salary that you're going to pay to this person will carry on the real activity of the business. So you are exempt of having this extra 24% taxes, okay? Social Security. So this is also an important point. Or alternatively, you can decide, but this is when you are more than one person, and this is very nice when you are two, a couple, a family, you see a husband and wife, where two individuals owns half of the company each. One has to own 51%, and now I'm going to explain you why, and is also the administrator, so it basically withdraw money as administrator payroll and pays the Social Security only here. And then the other person can either be just a shareholder without receiving any payroll, but this shareholder here pays the INPS of 24%, and then you, as administrator, you don't pay it at all, okay? So, and you have to have the other 49% share. So, in this way, this guy or this person, she or he, will live out of dividends, pay the Social Security only here, and the administrator pays only Social Security here. Or another possibility can be to avoid paying Social Security for he or she, and we have another payroll, full-time employee contract. And if you look at the video of the administrator optimization payroll, I've explained how to squeeze down taxes with 40,000 euros as income down to 19%, including Social Security, and it's possible to doing the same also for this one. So you can withdraw 40k, other 40k each, pay only 19% taxes and Social Security combined. What remains, you might decide to keep it in the company for future investment, and then you pay only the corporate tax. And then, if you want to withdraw part of it, based on your assembly, what you decide in the company assembly, you pay 26% on dividends level, okay? As I said before, why 51 and here 49? Because if you want to employ the other shareholder, the operative shareholder, with a full-time employment contract, he cannot or she cannot have more than 49% share of the Italian company, while the administrator must have at least 51%, okay? So these are the three scenarios that might be quite interesting for you in case you want to open a company in Italy and you don't want to pay the famous INPS. These are the three main scenarios. Of course, there are other scenarios that otherwise this video is going to be 20, 30, 40 minutes, it's going to be too long. So this is just to give you a glimpse of how are the strategies to get rid of this extra INPS on SRL, Italian SRL, which is really a problem because it bites some taxes and it buys some part of your money that should be gone in your pocket, okay? We are aware about this problem and we are here to help you to understand how to do it. So, in case you are already living in Italy, you have a company and you pay a lot of taxes, or you move to Italy and you are exit the Forfait Regime, the Impatriate Regime, you are at the limit of these tax schemes and you want to stay in Italy and you want to make your business grow and bigger, we have the company solution structure with all the possible optimization that we are talking about here in ESENtaxa. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe the channel, notification bell and like button to be always updated whenever we release this kind of content. Thank you, see you to the next video. Bye.